Sugar dripped from my lips as I stood there waiting for your something, your essence, your guidance, your movement, your love. It was something that I forgot way back when I didn't know what it was, you know. I stood there waiting for you to call, waiting for your all, waiting for your, I don't know, waiting for your everything, you know. I stood there. Everything I knew what to be, you know. I stood there waiting. And then I left because, how many excuses do you get? How many places could you be? How many times you stood without me? How often did you wonder where I was or what it was I had to give you? What happened? How was my peace? How was it that you could do that to me? After so many days, after so many ways, after so many awful times of just indecency. How could you? How could you not show up and wrap your arms around me and just make me remember that you is where I wanted to be? How many times? How many times could you leave me in a pit of whatever it was you wanted to leave me with, you know? When all I needed was your face. When all I needed was your arms. When all I needed was you. I throw back the truth like it's a boomerang because it has to also hit me too. But I didn't do that to you. I didn't leave you there to wonder if everything you had was enough. Or if you needed to gain some more. Or if you need to lose something at all. I always let you know straight up what you equal to and what you weren't. And you couldn't let me do the same. So I thought I was tender. I thought I was tender for days, for months, for years. I thought I was tender and wait. I thought I would wait. I thought I wanted you. I stood there in that moment. I thought, man, I want him. I wanted him to be there. I wanted him to be there. I wanted him to be there on time. I wanted him to know. I wanted him to know. I wanted him to know my rhyme. I wanted him to know. I wanted him to see. I wanted him to see me. And he wasn't there. So in secrecy, I walked away. I never told anybody how I felt that day. How I stood there panting and wanting and breathing and hurting and laughing and giggling and shouting and screaming. I just stood there going through every emotion that I could. Not moving, just thinking. Is this where I need to be? I stood there, wanting, needing, caressing, remembering, soothing, grooving, just every possible emotion I could feel in that moment's time. And then I turned around and walked away. I walked away because I knew in all reality that you were never mine. You gave me pieces and parts of you that were just so confusing. Never the whole you, never the pure you, never anything that I could see. I didn't even wonder what it would be like for you to show up and not see me. I just knew I had to go. Because you never wanted my heart in the first place. You wanted something else that was so intangible, something that I didn't possess. You never told me. You never showed me. But it was always there. It lingered in the air. I would never be right. The way I answer questions would never be correct. everything that I did would never be my best. Nothing that I offered you could be kindled for your fire, because I wasn't what you desired. So that day I decided to stand there, and then I decided to walk away. I thought I could turn back, but no. It was time to go. I thought about turning back, just for a second. And my feet wouldn't do the move. It just couldn't make the move. It couldn't. It just stood there and just kept walking forward. The next step went forward, even though my mind said go right. The next step went forward, even though my mind said go right. The next step went forward, even though my fucking mind said go right. Because I couldn't save you, and you had the ability to save me. And that's not what you wanted for me. You never wanted my cool rush of just being who I needed to be. You never wanted me exalted and just somebody to say, hey, come give your signature to me. You didn't see the starlights in my eyes and the dust on my feet. You know, I worked days and nights just to discover me. You didn't know that my hair fell out of my teeth hurt real bad. You didn't know that. You didn't know that the way you laughed fucking made me mad. You didn't know that every time you overtook my personality, that you tried to outshine who I could really be. You didn't know I noticed that you didn't really like me. You didn't notice that I noticed that you would just take every idea I had and then try to leave. You didn't notice. You didn't notice that you used me for things that I didn't even know I gave you. You know? You didn't notice. And after all this time, you act like you still don't notice that your aggressive behavior is just out of control. That I don't need you like that. I need you in a different way. I need you to be my footstool. Because I'm not your stepping stone. You see, you've already used me that way. But how do I use you? How do I use you? How do you exalt me? How do you let go of the excuse of taking every fucking thing that comes from my brain and onto my lips and out for everything that I want the world to see? How do you fucking explain that shit to me? You sit back and you suck me out, like you suck me in like I'm a long drag of a cigarette. Like everything I have to give is just some part of you. It's not. I am not your extension. I am not that to be used when you need it to be used. I am not that gives you ideas and then makes you sound like you are so fucking incredible. I am not that. I am me. I have a voice. I have a sound. I have a rhythm and a vibration. And I have a right to share that with whoever I feel I can do that with. Are you afraid that if I was given that power, that every man would want to lick the pussy of this? Are you afraid that if I was given that power, that every woman would want to laugh with me and not with you? Are you afraid that if I was given that power, that I could run cities and build buildings and tear down legions and bring up the greatness of all? Are you afraid of my power? Are you so afraid of what I have to give that you won't let me live? Are you so afraid of who I am that all that I am is nothing to you? You know that I am. You know what it is that I have to give, and yet you still try to block the power that is within me. What is it? What has it stopped you from doing? It hasn't, has it? All it's done is lift you up, made you feel great about yourself, made you stand for who you thought you were, gave you ideas, let you into doors with greater people. But you stand before me and you try to make me fall to my knees to exalt you for what? For what? For the things that I have given you? For what? For the things that I have given you? Or for the things that I have taken away from you, which is none? See, I tried to turn around. Did I need to say those things to you, or was I turning around to be a fool? I tried to go back, but my foot stayed going forward. I tried to go back. I tried to go back. But in that moment, I knew that you were the worst thing that I could ever do. You were the worst person that I could stand and wait for. You were the worst person that I didn't want anymore. My fingertips never wanted to feel you. My shoulders never wanted your touch. My body never wanted you to grab it from behind. And my love didn't need you anymore. I tried to turn around. Maybe I'll see your face. Maybe you reach out to me. But as I thought about you, I sped up. My pace got quicker. 'Cause I needed to get away. You are not what I needed that day. You are not what I needed in the next few years. And you were not what I needed to see again. You were the man that I wanted to unremember, the man that I wanted to unlearn, the man that I wanted to just never let go, you know? Never let go. Just so I knew that when I met another man like you, I would never let him in. So yes, you lingered. Parts of you lingered. Parts of you were there. Parts of you are still here. But you ain't never go occupy this space again, my friend. I got too much sugar dripping off my lips to let you even get a taste, a whiff, a smell, a spot with this. You are nothing but decay. And all it was that you were in my way. Every step you wanted to turn me down. Make me into your forgiving clown. You wanted me to fall to my knees to exalt you. You wanted me to fall to my knees to exalt you. Oh, let's not forget you wanted me to suck your dick too. That's not my life, baby. That's not my life.